Greetings, Helldivers, and I would like to say sorry that I've been gone for a week. I missed actually a lot of shit coming out, but I'm back now. I was on vacation, and I might be covering some older stuff that has already been covered by plenty of other better YouTubers than me. But that's okay. I'm gonna go over it, give my opinion on everything that's happened so far in the last week or so. I'll leave chapters down below so that you guys can all follow along or skip to whatever part is more important to you. But without further ado, let's just get into it. So first I want to talk about the previous Warbond armor getting buffed, which I said that the next one should be unflinching, and it's so funny that they actually buffed it. Like, I didn't think they would. I thought they were just kind of like over that after they did it to Masters of Ceremony Warbond, but then they went back for Servants of Freedom and Truth Enforcers, which now I'm always rocking the Truth Enforcers armor. That extra armor padding, that little bit extra boost is awesome to have. Now, Servants of Freedom, the buff that happened to that is kind of weak. Extra 2 explosives makes sense. Like, an extra 2 grenades, that is, like, it makes sense for what the armor passive is and what the armor is supposed to be. But if I was going to use 2 extra grenades, I would use anything else, and even the other ones that give you 2 extra grenades, because they also give you extra recoil, or they decrease your recoil by 50%, and to me that's a lot more useful than you blowing up when you die. I've maybe got a couple kills whenever I've used it. I think the armor looks good, but it could use like one little extra passive to maybe make it a little bit more worthwhile. The Truth Enforcer's armor actually getting a buff, that one was actually really good. And that's all I can remember from last week's update, so I can't imagine much else really too important got changed. If I missed anything, I'm sorry, but those are I'm not reading through the patch notes right now. Those were the 2 biggest things out of the last week's patch that stood out to me, and the fact that I remember them without even reading it shows that that was actually pretty big. Now, the next thing, we have gotten now mega cities on the Bugs, Super Earth, and the Illuminate, which Super Earth and Illuminate are 2 different things. Sadly, I don't have footage of the new mega cities since we already had liberated the first city before I was able to record. So was not able to get any footage of the new Illuminate mega cities, but they are actually awesome. Like, mega cities, just fighting in them, even on the Bugs, it's awesome. I love fighting in the mega cities. Like, it's all I want to do. It's all I want to do is fight in the mega cities, because it's just, the vibe of it is so awesome. The aesthetic, the vibe, the scale, the cinematry, the cinematicness. I'm not really sure what word to use there, but just like the cinematic nature of fighting in these massive cities with the skyscrapers are awesome. But we gotta talk about these Leviathans, okay? We got, like, real quick before I get into how I feel about the Warbond, we're gonna talk about these Leviathans. So they did get a nerf, I guess, but I feel like they also got a secret buff, which it feels like they just shoot a lot more than they used to. Like, I see that light. That's what they kind of added to it, is they decreased the range on them and gave them a little spotlight so you know when your time has come. Like, I feel like Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda, like, your time has come. That's what it feels like. Like, I've been chosen for death. And it just feels like they shoot a lot more. Someone tell me I'm wrong that they don't shoot or that they shoot more than they used to. Like, it seems like they're a lot more aggressive and they shoot when you need to. And every time I put down that frickin' anti-tank emplacement, it seems like they just happen to go around a skyscraper. They've been bullying me for the last 5 minutes. I finally get the opportunity to drop down an anti-tank emplacement. I go to look at him. He's gone. Maybe when they show up, I just need to hold still and they'll leave me alone. I don't know. They're so irritating. I did hear someone, I think I saw on the Helldivers Discord, I'm not really sure where I saw it, but they said that they should have it where they just kind of roam and they have these spotlights, and it's if you walk into that spotlight, now you're targeted. That might be a better way to make them not as lethal, not as unforgiving. They're a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. They are a straight pain in the ass, and I feel like this nerf actually buffed them more. But I'm gonna stop talking about the Leviathans. Mega cities in general are just an awesome experience, an awesome time. I just want to fight on the mega cities. They're so cool, especially the Sieve troops. The Sieve troops help. All right, now let's get into the Warbond here. Let's get into this. I'm gonna go over everything real quick, and then I'll get into like stronger details on each specific thing. The Warbond in general, I think, is pretty weak. I hate to say it, I feel like Masters of Ceremony was better. I really do. Like, the amendment was actually a decent gun. You got to give it a little bit of time, and the ergonomics on it just got buffed, so it's actually like really good. The flag, while it's not useful, it is fun. It is, like, I'll give it that. It is fun. Not the most useful support weapon in the game, but it is fun. And then the sword as well. If you didn't have a melee weapon and you picked up the sword, I think the sword, the cutlass, whatever it's called, I think it's actually really good on the voteless. So if you don't have a weapon that can really deal with a lot of voteless at a time, the sword is a great weapon to bring. And then the armor, after it got buffed, absolutely, like, dude, it's easily one of the better armor sets in the game now. Easily. Since it got buffed, it's easily one of the best. So Masters of Ceremony, I would say now, after it got buffed, is much better than the new one we just got, which is Force of Law. But let's get into why I think that. So if you remember from my previous video, I said that the Pacifier is my most hype, most excited for weapon. Since it was the one I was most excited for, I'm going to save it for the end. If you want to know how I feel right now, just skip to it. Let's start with the De-Escalator. It's actually good. I'll give it that. The De-Escalator is actually good. But I know I'm prone to very knee-jerk reactions and feelings to new things. So a new game might come out and I'm like, oh my god, this game is great because it's new, and then I play it for like 2 days and realize it's not that good. What I want to specify with the De-Escalator real quick is that it is good. The best new thing, but it's not the best thing. Yeah, is it the best new thing that just came out? I would say so. I would say the De-Escalator is the best thing in this Warbond. Easily. That doesn't mean it's the best support weapon. If you were using the recoilless rifle on the bots and you switch to this, it is a downgrade. It really is. Don't get it twisted. The De-Escalator is good on the bots, and I would say it's also pretty good on the bugs and kind of good on the squids. I'd say it definitely shines on the bot side, the De-Escalator. You know, it's not that good. You know, it's definitely out of all the stuff in here the best, but not better than all the other amazing support weapons we already have. So yeah, I might bring it from time to time. Probably not too much. The Canine Guard Dog. Now, I thought this thing was going to be actually like really bad. This thing's actually solid. I've had very little team killing, which that was my biggest fear with it. I think I only noticed one time. I mean, I may have had more team kills than this, but I only noticed one team kill with the new guard dog that I've had in my whole time playing with it, which hasn't been a lot. I would say around like maybe 6 to 8 missions I maybe ran it with, and I liked it. It was good. My biggest gripe with it is that I feel like it needs to shoot a little bit quicker. I feel like people have already talked about that, but yeah, if it could just shoot a little bit faster, if there wasn't such a delay in between shots, then that'd be awesome. I think that would just like improve the effectiveness of this new guard dog, considering you have the guard dog rover, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't even need to come back to cool down anymore. Someone fact check me on that. Check the patch notes. I can't remember if I saw something where it said the guard dog rover doesn't need to cool down anymore. I would say just take the guard dog rover or the dog breath, but the canine one is good. It's not a bad substitute. Also, I'm going to take a quick break here. If you enjoy what you've been hearing so far and you want to see more, please go down and click that big red button. I'm hoping to hit 1,000 subscribers by Liberty Day, which I'm pretty sure is October 21st. We're well on our way to get there. The channel's growing very quickly, and that's all thanks to you guys, and hitting 1,000 subs would be absolutely fantastic. Dream come true for me. Go down there, click that subscribe button. Mine doesn't bite like other content creators. Anyway, back to the video. Now the next thing, the ugly duckling, the Urchin. This thing's actually bad. Like there's no way around it. It's actually a bad weapon, like a bad grenade, I should say. So let's go over what it does real quick. It sticks to enemies like a thermite and stuns that enemy. And as far as I can tell, that's all it did. Like it's just. And like the one thing I said that it needed to be able to do for it to be actually like a viable choice besides the normal stun grenades is it needed to be able to stun heavies like tanks, factory striders, and bile titans, and it doesn't do any of that, which, like I said in my last video, I don't think they actually have the ability to be stunned, so they would have had to rework kind of how those enemies work. But if they should have done that, if they were going to throw in a sticky stun grenade, they should have done that. And also another thing that I think it should do is it should be able to arc and hit other enemies. Like if I attach it to a flesh mob and boatless are running around it, it should be arcing out to them and doing continuous damage to the enemy it's stuck. And stun that enemy. That would make it a little bit better, but as of right now, I think you should just leave this thing in your armory and don't touch it until it gets buffed. Right before we get to the pacifier, the last thing we're going to talk about is the armor. So the look of the armor, if what you're going for, which is what they were going for, is SWAT police feeling, this hits it. The first helmet, kind of ugly. The second helmet, super cool. I love the second helmet. I love the look of both of these armors, and hell, even the one in the superstore I think looks really good. But the passive kind of fucks me up. I can't get around the passive, so let's go over it. You take less, your chest resistance is stronger by 20 25%. From what I've noticed, they normally, like when you get shot or slashed or bit or whatever, it normally hits you in the head, arms, or legs. So the chest damage it's not noticeable, at least for me. Maybe someone else it feels better. For me, that wasn't that noticeable. The explosion damage resistance is a very good thing to have, but I feel like, you know, if I was going to take explosion damage resistance, I would take the B-24 Enforcer armor, because that armor set got me through Malevelon Creek easily. Back when the rocket devastators could one-shot you with a single rocket, that kept me alive. That armor set has a special place in my heart. So if I wanted explosive resistance, I would take that, because the other passive that comes with the B-24 Enforcer is the 50% recoil, where it decreases it by 50% when you crouch. That seems a lot more useful than chest damage resistance that I don't notice, and the third thing where it like prevents all damage from when you're bleeding. But if you take the vitality booster, you don't bleed, or you already don't take damage from it. So, and as far as I know, everyone takes the vitality booster, or they all try to. So all in all, I think the passives aren't that good. I think the look is pretty cool, especially if you're going for that SWAT vibe. Also, again, just one more thing I remembered before we get to the pacifier. We should talk about the new pistol that was in the Superstore, the Warrant. It's alright. I liked it. Not much else to say. I don't like how when it's targeting, it feels like if an enemy is too close, it doesn't lock on. And if it's a heavy devastator, you're probably never going to hit them in the face, which I feel like it should lock on to the weak point. I think that would make it a lot more useful. In my opinion, my professional, personal opinion, I'm taking the Verdict over this, or even the Talon, which I need to go back on what I've said about the Talon. It's actually really good, really awesome, love it, but I do prefer bullets, so I would rather take the Verdict over this. If you don't have the Verdict and you pick this up, awesome, good for you, go for it. But I'm going to stick to my Verdict. I'll trust my aim over an automaton hacked pistol. Now, the last thing, the pacifier. Anyone remember that movie with Vin Diesel? The pacifier. Alright, so the weapon I was the thing I was most excited for, because the look of it is fantastic. Oh, it just looks good. It's not a bullpup. It's like a normal looking assault rifle. Like, I was so excited. I'm like, dude, this could be the king of kings. Come on, like, we need a good assault rifle. We haven't had one in so long. Let's do it. And the one thing I was asking for was medium pen. They did it, and then not only medium penetration, they gave us stun rounds on top of it. So it's a medium penetrating pummeler. Come on, dude. This is amazing. All right, like, let's look at the stats. Try 50 damage. So I'm not gonna lie here. That is straight up Arrowhead disrespectful to all the Helldivers who have died using all the assault rifles in the game. That is, I didn't believe it. I like had to wipe my eyes. I wanted to go back to sleep and look at it again when I woke back up. There was no way. It had to have been a typo. No. And then I was expecting in the patch notes today, which is Tuesday, June 17th. I was totally expecting at least a buff to like 65. I feel like it should be doing more than the pummeler. Call me crazy, like the pummeler is an SMG, and then we have an assault rifle here, and the pummeler does more damage than this. The Liberator Concussive does more damage than this. They were like, we're gonna give it medium pen and stun rounds, and because of that we have to lower the damage down to 50. That's lower than the fucking sickle. Are you kidding me? Outrageous, disrespectful, rude. It had so much potential to be the best assault rifle in the game. Like, they finally had figured out how to do assault rifles, and no. They did everything right until they gave us 50 damage. 50. It was easily the biggest disappointment of this entire Warbond. Easily. And this isn't like I just looked at that number and read it off. No. I've upgraded this gun to level 20. And I will say this. It's okay on the bots. I feel like the pummeler would do much better. Or the pummeler does do better, I should say. It's okay on the bots. It's okay on the squids. Awful on the bugs. Do not bring it on the bugs. You are asking to have a bad time. Because I did every time I brought it with me on the bugs. It's just all around a bad gun. I'm refusing to use it and level it until it gets a damage upgrade. Because I would hate to max it out, and then it gets that damage upgrade, and I'm too busy working on other guns to go back and use it again. Absolutely disrespectful. Biggest disappointment. I hate what Arrowhead does to assault rifles. I feel like they are just frowned upon completely. Just, ugh, disgusting. Disgusting what they did to the pacifier. It could have been perfect. It could have been great. And they freaking ruined it. I'm waiting for a patch on that gun. On to some more hopeful things here. I'm not going to show any leaks because I know some people aren't really into that. And I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to say what the leaks are, but with how the story's going in the leaks that I've seen, future content looks promising. And we got a really badass cape today, which was the Super Earth cape. Love the Super Earth cape. It looks super cool. Like it's for in the Battle of Super Earth. And I mean, honestly, it took me forever to take off the Malevelon Creek cape. I don't know if I will ever take this cape off. Like, I will run it, even if it doesn't match the armor I have, I will run this thing. It means so much to me. The Battle of Super Earth was easily one of the coolest gaming events I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of. And I can't wait for the next big event like that, which I would hope is Cyberstan. But who knows, we'll have to wait and see in the future. But I will say, from all the leaks I've been seeing, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen them too, from the leaks I've been seeing and how the story seems to be developing, I know future content is going to be absolutely peak. So everyone should stay tuned and continue playing this game, because the future looks bright. And what we currently have right now, all this new stuff, like I said, with the mega cities, it's a good time to be a Helldiver. I think we're eating pretty good. And there's a lot of negativity out there, and this Warbond definitely wasn't that good. I'm going to do a new Warbond tier list here. I'll probably give it one more Warbond before I re-upload the tier list. Stay tuned for that. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Like, so happy to be back. So happy for my little therapist. That's what you guys are. I get to vent about my favorite video game of all time, and you guys listen to it and sometimes even like it. So, and speaking of which, if you did like it, go down and click that thumbs up button. It would mean a lot to me. And it also, if you could click that subscribe button, like I said earlier, that big red button, it doesn't bite, and it'll get me closer to 1,000 subscribers. And once we start growing this channel, the bigger we grow, the more I can actually do with it. So anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day. It's Mr. Clutch Cookie signing out. Bye, guys.